So next I want to talk about the parry riposte. Now what do I mean by that? So the riposte is the attack you give to your opponent that is delivered as soon as you have parried them. So for example, my opponent attacks me, I parry, the riposte is the immediate attack I deliver to them, okay? So one of the things that gets missed, however, by a lot of people is when you are giving that riposte, there is a specific way you need to give that riposte because you have just a moment ago parried your opponent. So for example, if my opponent attacks my torso and I parry them in parry 4, what I'm not going to do is just simply let them go as I make my attack, because if I do that, you'll notice I no longer am parrying that person who just attacked me. It's entirely possible that when I let them go to attack them, they just redirect and hit me, and now we both struck each other, and that is no good. So what you want to do is be very mindful of whether or not you still have control of your opponent's sword. Now at the speeds that I fence, this happens almost every time, and that is my opponent will attack, I will parry, and then when I riposte, I will hold their blade to the outside of the body and then deliver my riposte. You'll notice I keep the blade over here. My sword holds my opponent to the outside, therefore preventing them from striking me as I strike them. Very important. And you have to keep this in mind for all of the parries that you use. For example, if my opponent attacks me and I parry to a 7, well, if I just simply let my sword rise up and try to strike them, they could potentially strike me because I'm no longer controlling their sword. So for me, the fastest riposte is going to be I parry in 7, and then I'm going to strike to their leg. I'm holding their sword to the outside, using my parry and turning it into an attack. That is the riposte. Now, is that going to be the way it happens every single time? No, it's not, because your opponent may cut their attack short. For some reason, you have parried, you hold them there, and then they withdraw. Now, if they have withdrawn, you don't have to worry about holding their sword out there. There is no sword to hold to the outside, and you can attack them wherever you want, as long as you have control of the areas that they can hit you back. So, one more time. When I parry, my opponent attacks. If I go to a 4, I parry them in 4, and then I deliver my riposte. If I parry them in 6, I will parry them in 6, and then I will deliver my riposte, holding their sword to the outside.